Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will discuss some other application of the operational amplifier. Sometimes we have more than one voltage source, and if you want to add that voltage source, then we require a summing amplifier. That circuit is also known as a adder circuit. Now this circuit is also useful to solve the linear equation y is equal to mx plus c. That kind of the expression if you want to solve, then this adder circuit is going to be useful. It is also useful to find out the average of the different voltages. Suppose we have a 3-4 voltage V1, V2, V3, and if you want to find out what is the average value, then also we can use this adder circuit. But by modifying this adder circuit, you can find out the average of this voltage. So now let us see what is the summing amplifier or what is the adder circuit. We have two types of the summing amplifier. One is known as the inverting summing amplifier, and already you know that in inverting summing amplifier we apply our voltage to a inverting terminal of this amplifier, operational amplifier. And in a non-inverting summing amplifier, our voltage input is given to a non-inverting terminal. So one by one we will discuss both the circuit. Now if you look at this summing amplifier, we have considered a three different source V1, V2, V3. You can also have a n number of the sources, and here this voltage are given to a inverting terminal of the operational amplifier. Here we have a feedback resistance RF. So basically it is a kind of a inverting amplifier, correct? Now how this circuit will give you the summation of this output voltage? So first of all, if you see that non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground, and by applying the concept of a virtual ground here at the point A, that if we see the potential, then this potential will be a zero, because the flow of the current in a non-inverting terminal and the flow of the current in the inverting terminal is zero. We have considered the ideal operational amplifier, so the input resistance is very high, and due to that the potential at this point, then potential at point A, it will be same. So the VA potential is going to be a zero. Now due to this different voltage, there will be a flow of the current in the resistance R1, R2 and R3. Let us say this current is a I1, current in the R2 is I2, and the current in the R3 is I3. Now at this junction, A, that current is going to be a zero. If you apply the KCL, the current inside this operational amplifier is zero. So whatever the currents are flowing, the same current is also going to be flow in the resistance RF. So here you can say we have the total current I, and that is equal to a I1 plus I2 plus I3. And now we applied a Kirchhoff's law at the input part and the output part, you will get the expression for the output voltage. So first of all, here we will consider the concept of a virtual ground. So we write that due to the virtual ground, my potential VA will be equal to 0. Correct? Now we write the expression for the current I1. So I1 will be equal to, now simply we apply the Ohm's law, that is the V1 minus VA divided by R1, and but the VA is 0, so it is V1 by R1. Same way here, if we write what is the current I2, then the I2 will be equal to V2 minus VA divided by R2, and this is a V2 by R2. And same way we will write that I3 is equal to V3 minus VA by R3. So this is a V3 by R3. So we have calculated the current in each resistance. Now here this current is coming at the point A, but the current inside the operational amplifier is 0. So the total current is going to be passed through the resistance RF. So here we can write, but the I is equal to a I1 plus I2 plus I3. Correct? Now, what is the total current? The total current, if you calculate that applying the Ohm's law, here this is going to be positive and this is going to be a negative. So this total current is written as VA minus VO divided by RF. VA minus means this potential is VA, this potential is VO divided by RF. And what is I1? I1 is V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus a V3 by R3. But VA is 0. Here the VA is 0, so we can write that minus VO equal to RF into V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3, because the potential at point A is 0. So this expression we can write as that output voltage of the summing amplifier we can also write in this way, that is minus, here it is written as RF by R1 into V1 plus RF by R2 into V2 plus RF by R3 into V3. Remember. So basically, here, this expression is very useful, that whenever we have a kind of a linear expression, and if you want to solve this linear expression, if this linear expression can be like this, it is a AV1 plus BV2 plus CV3, and if you want to construct the circuit, then A will be equal to RF by R1, you can select the value of resistance R1, B will be equal to RF by R2, C will be equal to RF by R3, and in that manner you can construct a circuit. But if you want simply addition of the circuit, means the addition of the voltages V1, V2, V3, in that case we can consider that the RF is equal to a R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3, and let us say it is equal to R. Then this expression, that output voltage will be, comes out to be VO will be equal to, here RF by R1 is same, so it will be cancelled, RF by R2 is same, RF by R3 is same, so this will be equal to minus V1 plus V2 plus V3. So here you have to remember that if you want simply addition of the 3 voltage, then all the resistance value must be equal to your feedback, and that will give you the summation of the output voltage. Now, the same circuit can be useful to find out the average of the voltage. Suppose if I want the average of V1, V2 and V3. Now we know that in mathematics, average means what? We have to take the summation and divide it by a number of the data. So we have the 3 data. So the average will be V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3. So we have to select the value of the resistance R1, R2, R3 such a way that you will get the average of this value. So how we can select this? So let us see. So here we have this formula for the summing amplifier. Correct? Now in this case, if R1, R2 and R3 are same, remember, here if I will take, we are talking about the average circuit, remember. So, if R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 and this is equal to, let us say, R, then I can write this expression as VO is equal to minus RF by R into V1 plus V2 plus V3. Correct? But what we require? That V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3. It means that factor RF by R must be equal to 1 by 3. So if RF by R is equal to 1 by 3, or you can say RF is equal to R by 3, then I can write that the output voltage is equal to minus 1 by 3 into V1 plus V2 plus V3. So this is the expression for the average of these 3 different voltages. So in this way, if this will be R, this will be R, this will be R, and RF will be equal to R by 3, then the circuit will give you the average of the input voltage. If you have a n input voltage, say suppose we have one more input voltage and here you can have a Vn voltage is there. Then here what you have to do, that RF must be equal to, if RF will be equal to R by N, means if you have a 5 different voltage, then it will be RF by 5. If you have the 10 different voltage, it will be RF by 10. And in that case, the output voltage is given as minus V1 plus V2 plus V3, and that will be divided by N. So you have to remember that how to select a feedback resistance. Feedback resistance depends on how much number of the input voltage you have. So this is about a inverting summing amplifier. Now the same kind of the analysis you can also have for a non-inverting summing amplifier. So let us see what is a non-inverting amplifier. Now in a non-inverting summing amplifier, again we take an example of a 3 different voltage V1, V2 and V3. Now here all these voltage are given to a non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier. And here if you see RF by R is connected to a inverting terminal, it is connected to a inverting terminal, and the R is connected to ground. So basically it is a non-inverting amplifier circuit. Now here again if we apply the concept of a virtual ground, then here due to the input resistance, infinite input resistance, the current in a non-inverting terminal will be a 0. Same way the current in a inverting terminal is also a 0. So whatever the V1, V2, V3 is there, due to that we have this current I1, then this current is I2 and this current is I3. But the summation of this current is going to be a 0. Remember, because the current in the operational amplifier is always 0. So first of all we will write what is the current I1, I2 and I3. Correct? Now here due to this current we have some potential. Let us say the potential is VA. Now due to this virtual ground, whatever the potential is at point A, the same potential will be at point B, that is the VB. VA and VB both are same. Remember. So here first of all we will calculate what is the potential VA, and then we can calculate the output voltage. Again try to understand that here the operational amplifier is the ideal operational amplifier. So the input current to the op-amp is 0, but it has some potential at a non-inverting terminal, and that is the VA. If you calculate this potential VA, then only we can calculate what is the output voltage. Correct? So here let us say that due to a virtual ground, VA will be equal to VB. VA will be equal to VB. Now I1 will be equal to, here if you see that the current I1 that is passing through the resistance R1. So if I want to write, then it is given as V1 minus VA divided by R1. Remember, we want to calculate the VA potential. Now same way, the I2 will be written as V2 minus VA divided by R2, and the current I3 will be equal to V3 minus VA divided by I3. Correct? Now if we apply the KCL at this point, applying KCL at input, then we can write that the current I1 plus I2 plus I3, and that is equal to 0, because the current inside the operational amplifier is 0. So we have V1 minus VA by R1 plus V2 minus VA by R2, V3 minus VA by R3, and that is equal to 0. Now here we can write V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3, that is equal to, now remember, VA by R1 that is negative, VA by R2 is also negative, so we take it on other side. So this will be a VA by R1 plus VA by R2 plus VA by R3. And here if we take common VA, then this is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So here we are calculating what is the potential at point A. So therefore the VA will be equal to V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 divided by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Correct? So here this is the potential at point A. Now the rest of the thing, remember here this part of the circuit, it is nothing but it is a non-inverting amplifier. Correct? So now we apply a expression for a non-inverting amplifier. What is the gain of this amplifier? And from there you can find out the output voltage. For non-inverting amplifier, the output voltage is given as 1 plus Rf by R into a potential at non-inverting terminal. Remember, and the potential at non-inverting terminal is VA, and therefore here we can write 1 plus Rf by R, and what is VA? VA already we have calculated, that is V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 divided by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So this is the expression for a output voltage of a non-inverting amplifier, non-inverting summing amplifier. Now to simplify this, here we will consider, let us say R1, R2, R3. R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3. If all these resistance are same and that is equal to a R, then I can write the output voltage is equal to 1 plus Rf by R. Now here the simple mathematics is there. So V1 plus V2, we have V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by R. And here if you take 1 upon R plus 1 upon R plus 1 upon R, then this will be a 3 by R. So R will be cancelled, and here we have this, that 1 plus Rf by R into V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by R. Now if you want a simply addition V1 plus V2 plus V3, it means this factor, sorry, here. This is not R, but it is a 3. So now if you want a simple addition of this 3 voltage V1 plus V2 plus V3, then in that case this factor 1 plus Rf by R must be equal to a 3, then it will be cancelled out. Correct? So here if it is possible that if we take Rf by R is equal to 2, or you can say that Rf is equal to 2R, then the output voltage is equal to a 1 plus 2 into V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3, and here now this 3 will be cancelled. We have simply addition of the voltage V1 plus V2 plus V3. So remember that here if this Rf is equal to a 2R, and if this is R, this one is also a R and R, you have the summation of these three voltage. This is known as a non-inverting summing amplifier. Okay. Now we will discuss one more application. Now instead of a addition, if you want to subtract the two voltage, then that kind of the circuit is known as a difference amplifier, or it is also known as a subtractor circuit. This is a difference amplifier where we are taking a difference of the two voltage V1 and V2. It is also known as a subtractor circuit. Now here the voltage V1 is given to a non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, and the V2 is given to a inverting terminal of the operational amplifier. We have a feedback resistance RF in a inverting terminal, and RF is also a feedback resistance in a non-inverting terminal. Now let us see how we can find out the output voltage. Now I already mentioned in a previous lecture also, whenever we have a two different potential at a two different terminals, then you can find out the output voltage by applying a superposition principle. So if you have more than two sources, then you have to apply a superposition principle. What is the superposition principle? That one of the source will be connected to ground and find out the output voltage due to the V2. Then if the V2 is connected to ground, then what is the output voltage due to V1? Then you take the summation of both the voltage. Correct? So here we apply a superposition principle. Correct? Now first of all, we will consider the V1 is ground, means this is connected to the ground. And what is the output voltage due to the V2? So let the V1 is equal to 0 and the V2 is active. Correct? So now you will find here the V1 is connected to ground. It means your non-inverting terminal is also connected to the ground. Its potential is also a 0. So this is simply working as a inverting amplifier. Remember, because your input voltage is given to a inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground. So it is simply a inverting amplifier. So now the amplifier is a inverting amplifier. Correct? So for an inverting amplifier, I can write that the output voltage is given as minus RF by R into V2. Correct? Because my input voltage is V2. So minus RF by R into V2. Now let the V2 is equal to 0 and V1 is active. Means what? Here, this is connected to the ground and V1 is active. So here if you look at this, then this is nothing, it is a non-inverting amplifier. With the potential, at this point is VA. Correct? So now the amplifier is non-inverting amplifier. It is a non-inverting amplifier. But for the non-inverting amplifier, what is my input? Input is not V1, but the input is VA. So we will calculate what is VA. So here we can write that due to this non-inverting amplifier, my output voltage VO2 is given as 1 plus RF by R into VA. Now VA. So here if you look at this, resistance R1 and Rf both are in series because the flow of the current in the operational amplifier is 0. R1 and Rf both are in series. So here if you apply a potential divider rule, then we can write the potential across the Rf, that is equal to my total voltage, that is a V1 into Rf divided by R plus Rf. Correct? Simple potential divider rule is there. So my output voltage is given as 1 plus Rf by R into a V1 into Rf by R plus Rf. This is equal to, we can write R plus Rf divided by R, here Rf divided by R plus Rf into Vi, into V1. This is also a V1. Now here Rf by R plus Rf will be cancelled, and we can write this is equal to Rf by R into V1. So this is the output voltage due to the V1. So try to understand. Here we have this output voltage due to the voltage V2. This is the output voltage due to the voltage V1. Now, according to superposition principle, what we can write? According to superposition principle, that the output voltage is given as a VO2 plus VO1. VO2 plus VO1. And this is equal to, what is my VO2? It is Rf by R into, into V1 minus Rf by R into V2. And therefore, this is a Rf by R into V1 minus V2. Output voltage of the difference amplifier is given by this formula. So Rf by R, that is your amplification factor. Means if you want to amplify the difference 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, accordingly you can select the value of Rf by R. So here this is known as your difference amplifier, output of the difference amplifier. But simply if you want a subtraction of the 2 voltage, then in that case we can have remember that if Rf will be equal to R, then the output voltage is written as simply a V1 minus V2. Then this is known as a subtractor circuit. This will give you the subtraction of the two voltage. So in this way, we can use the operational amplifier for making a linear equation. You can add or you can subtract the two parameters with the help of the operational amplifier. Now in the next lecture, we will discuss a numericals on adder and the subtractor circuit.